No days off, no days off, no days off, no days off.
Sell records and make history, but then you also get to work with artists, and you have the pleasure of going into a studio, hearing people do stuff with samples and bars that you've never heard, and they're unique and they're special and they're talented, and it's just a pleasure standing next to them. And being a fan is one thing, and being a fan and being able to help amplify their art is a very special thing. Shout out Johnny, who runs the marketing, and Noha, who's here. Akusha worked very closely with Mark and Sin and the label. Shout out Whitey, and help build businesses like those guys. And yeah, Knucks is special. So it's a pleasure to just be part of his journey. Being at a label, like I said, it's a job. You also have the privilege of having the opportunity to stand next to people that are talented, and hopefully it rubs off on you. So peace. I'm going to go home and try and make a beat now, but who knows, man? It could have changed my life. But yeah, it's just a pleasure working with Knucks, watching him do his thing. He's a real artist, he makes real art. So shout out to him. Thank you for letting us be part of your journey, bro. It's a pleasure to be part of it. Love.
My relationship with Knucks is that we shared the same room. Yeah, Knucks is my brother. My younger brother, and I love him very much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hi guys, and welcome to the listening party for Knucks' project, NRG105.
I got put on Knucks by my girlfriend's younger brother, Alfred. He's telling me, yo, there's this guy, you know, he's a cold rapper from Northwest. So I started checking out his stuff. The first song I heard was Breakfast at Tiffany's. And then yeah, I just started messing with Knucks ever since.
Yeah, alright, who's been listening to Knucks since Breakfast at Tiffany's? Can I get a woo? Okay, alright, let's go a bit deeper. Who's been listening to Knucks since 21 Candles? Can you get a woo? Okay, oops, sorry. Who's been listening to Knucks since Told You? Oh, the whoops are getting a bit higher, aren't they?
I'm Abdul, aka Mux. I'm just a big supporter of Knucks, been following him since days. And yeah, there's just something about Knucks that he's just like original, definitely.
Hello everybody, thank you for coming. So the project, basically how it all came about was after we've signed the deal, we had songs, but the songs didn't have any coherence. So we thought of a way to make the songs come together, and the concept was like a radio concept. So the whole project is like, it's a radio station with skits and all of that stuff, all of that fun stuff. But it's dedicated to my manager who passed away last year. His name is NRG, and a lot of the songs on the project were like either overseen by him, engineered by him, like he was involved in a lot of the songs. So that's basically how the whole concept came about.
Knucks I'm a fan, innit? So in terms of getting into business with him, Mark and Dion, shout Whitey Records, because it's a partnership. It's like, he's a real music maker in terms of as a producer, as a spitter, the way he tells stories, the way he likes to make his visuals. Like, they're people I'm a fan of, and being the privilege of being at a record label, one like Island, that allows me to be brave and invest and work with people that are special like Knucks, is that, yeah, you can really not just be a fan from a distance, but get up close.
You guys ready, yeah? Let's go.
Do you know what it's like? I think some people understand your art and understand how to sort of collaborate, because it's a collaboration at the end of the day. When you're creating art for someone, it's like they're telling their story and you're helping them tell their story. So it's almost like being a director of someone's script.
I don't really show face, trying to get my life in check, trying to vibe out, she just wanna Skype and text. Why insist? My interest says she wanna get fried like thighs and breasts.
I think I came across him on SoundCloud, maybe?
What song?
Breakfast at Tiffany's, I think, was the first thing I heard. And then Vows, 21 Candles, everything. From as soon as I heard him, I loved his production. And I thought there's no one else like him. And then I just stayed tuned. Like anything he dropped, I was just there, ready, waiting.
Rider, minor, now a nigga major. Studio with you like a bro in Jamaica. Rolling paper, trying to get a man that does both, does roll books. But they get cold like we, and they ain't going motives with no ID. Man, they know my team.
I've always known Knucks to be able to rap in it. Like I've always known him as a good rapper, and it's never been like shit he can rap. It's more so the fact that like it got to the point of just like, right, how can you do this? And how can you do this? Like each demo I heard and each official release I heard, there'll always be something new.
Hate's only gonna make us richer. Man's trying to get paid and shit, but feeling of late we ain't compensated. I ain't prayed in ages, changing my status to complicated. Feeling like I'm trading places, in the back window making faces. They don't wanna come off the block till they stuck in the box like David Blaine. My job not stressing, and I took the L1 like lessons. God knows I needed lessons, she knows I needed blessings.
I think I came across his Instagram, Wretch, tagged him on something. And obviously Wretch is my favourite rapper in it, so anyone he tags, I can obviously fucking follow through and just check. And obviously that's when I came, and I think that's when I came across his Instagram. And I just saw the visual, the layout was quite nice. I thought, okay, cool, you know, it's a clean brother doing his thing. And obviously as time went on, I just started seeing him on the feed on my Explore page, and I actually followed him. And then from there, I just been literally keeping an eye on him really.
Can I get a big kahuna burger, no onions, and extra cheese, boss? How much for the cheese? Baby, you're the rice, my eyes speak up. Baby, you're the rice. In the fridge, when I switch to the rice. That ain't it, but you the rice. Shades of the whitest like try, but they really young girl, some tops. Days off.
I'm quite snobbish when it comes to music. Yeah, I'm a DJ, I know, whatever. But I'm quite snobbish. But I heard Hooper and I was like, raw, this guy's cold. So then I went back. Like I spent like a year like listening to Knucks' catalogue from like the beginning, and I was like, wow, this guy is actually like cold. Like he's a different level to everyone else.
Overseas in the 70s with the wholesalers. Shotters claim they need her and grow jealous. Made the G them feel like they gloves and heaters like cold weathers. You up and leave if you know best, and I will leave you feeling like that. She'll leave you in cold sweats.
It was Vows, but after today, I did like 24 though. Now after today, it's gonna be Angel Dust. That's what it's called, like Angel Dust. Yeah, I like that song still. That tune's hard. The sample's sick, and also the Blade Brown. I can't lie, the Blade Brown feature really works.
We just do what we're doing, I swear I'm good with it. She can make a nigga rich and make a nigga broke. All I know is that she got a nigga living dope.
And like when I first met Knucks, he told us that he produced with Blade Brown years ago. And I always, like, even when he's told me the story like twice, and I just kind of felt like, really? I can't imagine Blade Brown and Knucks working together well. But then after hearing this tune, I'm like, oh shit, it all makes sense now.
Should I pull it? I was gonna say, yeah, you guys feel free to snap in that if you want, innit? Like, pull it. Should I pull it? Who's doing that?
I remember when she first came about. Credit to Knucks, he's been doing it for ages. And it's only like now, after years, shit's really beginning to picking up now still. So if I was to add, if I could add to that, I would say like I like him as well. Like that's my younger brother, and him and Knucks are like really close, man. Knucks is a creative guy, man. He studied like 3D animation at university. My brother's done graphics as well. So them guys, when they sit down and they brainstorm that artwork and just create treatments for like videos and stuff. Like it's just mad, man. It's just funny like seeing it all like come together now.
When I'm over, have my own medicine. Know that it's bitter. Rather dig into this rose with a dose of vanilla. What you won't do, you won't do for love.
Bestseller. Bestseller. Honestly, no. Do you know what? His style, like how he puts music together, his verses, his raps, like everything. I just like it. It's different. I'm not really open to UK music like that, but he's kind of spending time with him and listening to his EP. I'm kind of like open now to different styles, but he's kind of allowed me to explore different areas because he's different. It's nuts. They're different.
See Jules' little finger in there.
We gonna rise, fresh pair of nights, couple new joints on my line, couldn't stop it but they tried, no doubt. When Stefani, see they wouldn't take what's meant for a G. I got no doubt. When Stefani, tryna make back what they spent. Few times I've been around that track.
Hey. Tryna get my whole shine back. Hey. Tryna get jiggy, tryna wave with it. Hey. They ain't got the sauce like that.
It was the one where he used the Michael Jackson samples of down, 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 down. What's that tune called?
Vows.
There you go. Yeah. So like that was like the first tune, and apparently it was self-directed. So I kind of took an interest to it, and I could see that he had a different vibe, like not like everything else that was going on.
With this side road trip, just couple new a pair of my old kicks. She can say she the queen if she want, but I still need the gloves. I ain't tryna leave no prints. Old links tryna have a heart to heart.
Knucks' musical talents have obviously grown over the years. I remember when he was younger and he used to make beats and he would be like, oh, listen to this. And at the time it's just like, move man, just leave me alone. But I think slyly, I'm gonna let you into a little secret, slyly, I feel like because there were times when I didn't want to listen to it, he always worked harder to impress me and that kind of sharpened his skills. So if you're wondering where to give credit, I'm the person you should give credit to.
This one has got a special feature on it. I'll just see if you can guess who it is.
It's me, guys.
Me and Mark have been like working together like brothers almost, like you might as well, not even almost, you might as well say for a long time. Knucks is his little cousin. I was doing a business with Island Records on the Stay Fleet Get Lizzie project, and then we had discussed partnering up to do the Knucks project, and then it's kind of like happened as in like we got Knucks, we got a situation there, and it was like organic more than anything. You know what I mean? It wasn't really to me anyway, we didn't overthink it, you know what I'm saying? It was like kind of organic still.
Booting out in Spain on some Real Madrid. I can take a corner from the left side and still touch the bar when I take the brick. Ay. I'm so used to fire, I'll be still screaming, there's no new supplier. Niggas in the station, I'm out singing Mariah. I'm deep with the cannon, I'm out gripping the wire.
And yeah, Knucks is special, man. Like 100% drawn because of his talent. Some people, it's like they're aura or a record or like, but it's just everything he does as a package. It's like he really cares. He's unique. No one really sounds like him or makes beats like him. Samples as much as him, which is painful. Knucks help a brother out, man. But even with that, it's like it's magic, man. So yeah, Knucks is a real one.
I just bubble weave the relaxy. I can take a key then resell it back. I'm in a tight space, that's the reason we drop. So I've got to keep flowing, there's a leak in the tap. Oh yeah.
The bars go over your head sometimes, so sometimes you have to like reload it and be like, oh, that's what she said. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the opportunity to connect like on the personal level as well. We worked on some records as well, so yeah, that's how I met Knucks. And then it's more than music now, it's just more like, you know, friendship and stuff.
I'm with the fashions why I show up to events late. Niggas play my rhythms on their estate, but when they hear your shit, I know they skip it like it's leg days. Unless if they even rest play, mad the event, I gotta leave and at the next day.
Like Lorenz Tate, and have it leaking like a sex tape. From Killmatic to this project that's coming up now, there's a lot of change. He's matured.
Yeah, I would say that's the word I would say. Like Killmatic, for like if you're like a Knucks fan, if you like been listening to his music for a long time, you know like Killmatic is just like obviously it's like of Nas's Illmatic, cause yeah, like kind of like Knucks' version growing up in like Kilburn and stuff. It's like proper like rap, do you know what I mean? There's not a lot of like, I wouldn't say like party tunes or anything. It's just like, it's just Knucks just shelling, man. Like just like a 14-track mixtape. It's cold, man. Like if you haven't listened to it, I would say, man, go and listen to it after this.
Couldn't wait to hear, so we did it on the drive home. People did know what he said. Yeah, I hear the threats, ain't it impressed. My dog said I'm sick, now I'm with the vets.
See his vibe, yeah? Like, I could put it. It's mad because it's in the UK. It's a bit crazy saying this, but like, I can't see anyone else in his lane in a weird way. Like, even from the styling, because I feel like a lot of artists in the UK get it wrong with the style. I feel like he styles himself right. I don't know who styles him, he does it himself, but whoever styles him does a good job. And he's got that superstar thing. And obviously, now that I know who looks after it management-wise, now it all makes sense. You know, there's a certain class about him, how he moves. That's what I really like about him.
But they never ever say when they gang off. Can't take man for a spanner. Next level can't be stuck at my home no more. Mom say stuff about opening up, but that's what the roads are for.
Now I've listened to the project, I'm even more excited because now I actually want to be able to have it on my phone. Currently, it's unavailable. Currently, I can't go back and listen, so it was really complete. I love the whole radio element and the fact that there's like a journey through it, so that doesn't put me off at all. It means that I can actually sit down and listen to the whole project rather than just taking in a track individually and not liking the rest. So I like the fact that I can actually listen to something completely and not want to turn it off. It's really whole, it's really complete.
Man, know about serving, man, know about the pot and the stove. Feel like I'm in the road most days, when true say I never been home. True say I be at home some days and dreaming about road some days.
Knucks is like, because he's a producer and he's very heavily involved in what he likes. He's very particular. So a lot of the time when I work with labels, I get sent a lot of music and a lot of tracks to work on, and they let me just get on with it. Whereas with Knucks, he kind of wanted to be a bit more hands-on. Like, let's move this here, a little second here. I think I don't like my ad-lib there. Just one ad-lib. He'd come to the studio and change the one ad-lib.
What I like about Knucks is that his inspirations mainly is like a lot of sort of soulful references or things that have stories to them, which is the same exact thing I try to do with my art and stuff. So work with him is almost like, you know, we start from a main concept, then we look at different references, discuss it, you know, banter on it sometimes, and we sort of get together with the rest of the team as well, we discuss it with them, and it becomes like more like a family affair. It's not a working process. It's like, you know, it's like, it could be, even some certain things could be jokes initially, you know, we just like, oh, imagine if we did this, and then you have this serious moment where you're like, yeah, imagine if we did that. You know.
This guy's a bit he's a man ain't on it. I bet if man put it on them. I bet the man run like Forrest. What's that call from my guy? Said he got a vibe tonight.
Well, some of the projects, a lot of the tracks in the project are like 2 years old. So, and we had like a skeleton. We had like 3 records, and we were like, this is a skeleton. We wanted to build around it, and so as we were building, unaware of what we were building, like Sin said, like the Island record and the Lizzie thing kind of coming at the same time. So we was like, okay, cool, we got these 3 records. How can we make it? What could we create? So Knucks came up with this idea, like the mixing GTA, like Grand Theft Auto theme with the blaxploitation theme, and making a radio station, so of a world of his own, but still touching them. So it's going in between his world and what's actually happening in the real world. You see what I'm saying? Like, and trying to balance that. So all the records just kind of worked together to put it. So it was records that were 2 years old, and I think 4 or 5 records that we created to make it.
Can't take my for a spanner. Next time I'm taking a dagger. Now I'm stepping on my open door. Marginal hallway balling, talk about how I'm getting home by 4.
NRG105 is different level. Knucks, keep shining, keep ascending. We're supporting you all the way in every way that we can. No Days Off.
We're done still. I'm very happy, man. Like, obviously, I'm not somebody who gets excited bare and all of that. Like, a lot of crazy things, almost surreal things have happened to me in the past few years. And because of my character, I've managed to keep my cool in it and not get too excited. But after the listening party, I just feel good, man. Like, I feel very excited, bro. Like, I feel excited for the project to come out. I'm excited that there's so many people who get it. Like, after I've played the songs and everybody's asking me questions, the questions was the indicator for me that let me know that people get it, innit? Because they're asking the right kind of questions, and the questions they were asking were making me give them the information I want them to have anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy, man. I'm happy still.
Growing, like, growth is important in music, man. Like, and I feel like he's learning himself and learning what he's tapping into himself more. He's tapping into his great potential, as Sin would say. Like, and we're just here as coaches and guides to try and help him and facilitate that, from to tap into his deeper greatness and share that gift to the world. Because I think he's got a special talent that just needs for him to tap into.
I think he's like whole food, like soul food. Like, you got microwave food, you got McDonald's, and if you look at music listeners or the music industry like children, when you're younger you like fast food. Older you get an acquired taste, and you start to like things that are better for you. And I feel it's like that with Knux. So I would say we just have to keep doing what we're doing with Knux, and then the audience and the industry is gonna evolve to a place where it can accept something like Knux. So I already know he's ahead of his time. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that already. I think people look back on this project in years to come, be like, right, he was fucking incredible. Like, and I think he's making a classic now for 5 years' time. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a classic to the people that are early today, but in 5 years' time, people look back and be like, right, he was releasing that then, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think we just have to stick in there, be consistent, and as H said, like, guide and coach, and just keep on walking down that road, you know what I mean?
I really do hope that if it does well, when it does well, that everybody will like almost like follow suit and try to be more creative with their work as well, so that the scene just grows and is more creative than just like not creative, man. And
not even just the creators though, it's the people listening to it as well. Like, it will hopefully open like another, not even just another avenue, just like make people more open to taking different kind of things in.
Yeah, and UK music, man. I feel like people don't give our music the respect it deserves, man. And I feel like that's partly on the scene as a whole, because I feel like we don't champion the right people. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, I need to be champion, but I'm saying that because there's just a lot of people that are putting in mad work, not just the work, but they just are very artistic and creative, and they're not where they should be.
Sold out in the day.
Sold out.
What's the plan for that last show?
Big. We got, like, I want to make it a show. I want to make Knux a live performer. I want it to be a moment, an experience for his audience. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we're working on, making it amazing for you lot. Let's come and see.
But you guys are gonna be there filming, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show them.
By the time but this will be out before then, so.
Well, you can come back here in like 2-3 weeks and
we'll
check out the show.
I told you so.
Come on, headline show, yeah, June 17th. If you ain't got your ticket, don't know for you. Then the next one is on September the 19th. September the 19th, yeah. There's a lot of tickets available. Well, hopefully a lot of tickets available.
This is being filmed, there's a lot of tickets available.
Just like some final messages. Stay free, get Lizzie.
As always, stay free, get busy. Young entrepreneurs, no days off. That happened by accident. You see how it happened? That's young entrepreneurs, and we telling you no days off, babe. So if you want to be young entrepreneurs, if you want to work, it takes no days off. You see what I'm saying?
19th, get your tickets now.
project is coming out on the 10th. Yeah, get that. Make sure you listen properly because it's not a stupid something. You understand? Guarantee.
Take advantage when the ticket's on £100.
Yeah, man. Because soon my price will go up, and then when that happens, it's your
Sean,
fault.
Sean.
Your fault.